Synergy. Welcome to Synergy. Live with Synergy. Live with Synergy. This is your host, Andrea John Baptiste. Welcome to Synergy, where music, business, and culture synchronize.
Greetings, friends and family, colleagues, collaborators, audience, and yes, I am Andrea John Baptiste, and this is Synergy, your new drive time favorite talk show where music, business, and culture synchronize. Yes, we're new to WDJY 99.1 FM, and we're excited to spend the next 45 minutes to an hour or so with you, living in Synergy, live with Synergy, where music, business, and culture synchronize. Today we have a fantastic show lined up for you. At the top of the show, we have our guest, Tydal. Tydal, you all know him. You've known his music because he is an international Jamaican reggae artist. And did you know that he penned his first song at the age of 10 to an audience of his peers who were intrigued by his natural talent? And I know y'all know his song of 2010, Ball Grown. You know it. Based on a true story, we're going to talk about talk with Tydal today about enough of his music and enough of his songs, because he became a force to be reckoned with and has dubbed one of the unprecedented talents of reggae when he followed up with the track, which is one of my favorite ones, Tell Them to Farm. And that is on the Focus Rhythm on the Vikings production label. The beat has also been featured by other artists and was voted as one of the best reggae rhythms of 2012. And I know y'all heard him on the track with Egyptian, Give It To Me Baby. And then another one of my favorites, Silent Warrior in 2013. His debut compilation album titled Mission Incomplete came out in 2014, and we are waiting with bated breath for the new stuff, and we're going to talk about that with him today. Tydal, welcome to Synergy, my friend.
Greetings. Give thanks. Greetings in the name of His Imperial. How y'all doing? How everything?
We are blessed. We are happy to have you here on today to complete our mission for today. Your mission might be incomplete, but you being on our show completes our mission today, where we're talking about music is a mission. And I want to talk to you today about your mission and your music. So tell us, what do you consider to be your musical mission?
Well, my musical mission is basically to make myself a better person and bring other youths with me, you know what I mean? To uplift, to inspire, to, advocate for youth, I mean, things like that. All positive, My music is basically to enlighten, teach, you know what I mean? Bring some youths with me, enlighten them, show them about our culture, open them eyes. You have people who call themselves the voiceless and, yeah, man. So we just give them that energy. That's basically my musical mission.
Give thanks. I love it. So, what inspires you and how do you, I know that you are here to enlighten and to teach, but how do you keep that up in kind of this world? And I know you spend a lot of time in Jamaica and seeing some of the violence and crimes. I understand that, there is another, it's like a martial law there going on in parts of Kingston. How do you keep this positive outlook, perspective, and vibe and communication?
Well, I mean, I always keep it conscious, I surround myself with the right people, conscious people also, you know what I mean? And also I'm from humble beginnings in St. Mary. My mother brought me up well also, so, it's natural for me, and in life you have to have concepts and how you want, and places you want to reach, and, you know what I mean? have a direct sense of direction. So I always have a concept that, I want to be on the positive side at all times, through my music, through everything I do. So I always keep it positive. And if you want to uplift and inspire also, you have to keep it positive and clean. It's natural. You can't be doing something negative and saying that you're uplifting people. You have to live it. What I mean? Living that kind of life, so that's natural for me.
Oh, wow. That is the mark and the thoughts and the sharings of a true leader. Music is a mission. Yeah, so, one of my favorite songs on Mission Incomplete is Tell the Youth Them to Farm. And I just think of it as kind of one of my own personal theme songs, because if we don't farm and we don't pay homage to Mother Earth, we can't eat. We have to take care of this earth and so on. So tell us, what inspired you with that song? Because that song is, in my opinion, very deep and very almost prophetic in a way, because we've moved so much away from the farming, and we want to go into manufacturing, and we see our communities getting less healthy. And it's important, because I don't think the youth and see it as glamorous anymore to go out there and get their hands dirty. So talk to me about that song in particular.
I mean, it's basically where I grew up and my surroundings, what we see each and every day. We see everybody want to run to the fast things, everybody want to get things quick. But, I mean, teaching from my grandparents, my mom, and even Marcus Garvey teach us about self-reliance. It's most natural for me to, I mean, want to make sure I put in to get out. I mean, it's natural. When I used to go to the bush, and a bush in Jamaica, where you go to the farm, we call it the bush.
Bush, yes.
Yeah, man. My grandfather used to say, yo, make sure if you cut a cane, make sure you plant back the top. Or you get a pineapple, make sure you plant back the top. So when you come again, you can get more. So nowadays, when I come in the city, I see youth just wanna get things quick, and they wanna do everything to get that thing, but they don't want to really work for it, So I know farming is my thing. I love farming also. So that was natural also.
Wow.
I mean, I want to teach you to we have different ways of getting things, because people run down social media and they teach them. They see a lot of things on social media. There's a pretty car, there's a pretty house. They just want to get that quick as possible. They don't want to work for it. So I just want to teach some you say, we can, get our hands dirty in a positive way. Reap something from it. You never get your hands dirty. You know what I mean? With no guns. Allow the machine plant some that shit.
Oh, say that one more time.
Yeah, man, leave out the machine and plant some that shit, man. Yeah, man. Every youth needs that. I will not stop teaching youth them that, because in my music I always try to focus on the younger generation, coming up, because I think 20 years from now, if the youths, their minds are, channeled in a certain way, then in a negative way like now, then how it's going to be 20 years from now. So I'm trying to, enlighten you that we can see it from a different angle.
Wow. So not only are you educating them for today on their own sustenance, but you're looking at it from a futuristic perspective, which is kind of the mindset and the vision of the farmer, right? Because you always have to be thinking about the cycle of life.
Yes, man. Yeah, man, the cycle of life, man, naturally.
Yeah, with your cup. I love the example that you shared with us with regard to the cane and the pineapple, because sometimes people come, we have a garden, and sometimes people come to my home and they're in my kitchen and they're like, what are the pineapple heads there for? And I'm like, yeah, because we're getting ready to plant them. But, you wait until certain times with the farmer's garden. Like, okay, all right, I could go into farming all day too, because as my grandmother says, you know what, I think you, Andrea, were born to be a farmer. Next step of the journey. So, as you talk about these things with the youth, I want to spend some time. Let's talk to them about your vision and your goal, what you just shared in terms of your inspiration, what would you tell a young person? You wrote your first song, at 10. What would you tell a young person if they wanted to become a professional musician? What tips would you give them into entering this musical journey as you have?
Well, I mean, one of the first things that any young artist aspiring artist would want to do is educate themselves about the business. I mean, what it's like, everything regarding the business and your concept in where you want to reach. You understand? Educate yourself every step of the way to get there. And also you have to make sure that you prepare yourself for hard work. Prepare to put in the time. Because it's not sometimes you got miss your family for months. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be up in the studio for all night and till the morning. You know, even working with Damon Marley, sometimes he's in the studio like from like 6 in the evening back to 6 or 7, 8 in the morning. Again, it's all night. You know, so you have to just prepare yourself for hard work. Surround yourself with the right people. Yeah, man, have a direction and just keep working.
So are you trying to say that it's not all glitter and glam? So when they see the beautiful videos and the artists on the stage, that's not it? That's not all there is to it?
Well, I mean, some of it is, some of it is glitter and glam, but not all of it is. From where I sit and how I see things right now, a lot of people just put on a show. Some people put on a show, but a lot of people you see in some cars they don't own. You see people in houses they don't own. Some people in houses they can't even pay rent for it. Some people have cars they can't even buy the gas for. So, I mean, youths have to be careful of how they see life. You know what I mean? Just prepare themselves and plan properly. You know, surround yourself with the right people. You know what I mean? That's most important.
Mm. And what are some other things that they need to avoid on the journey in terms of this musical journey, becoming a professional artist?
Well, I mean, I would say avoid certain company, and make sure that everyone in your team, or some people just have a small team. Make sure that everyone in your team are, they're going in the same direction with you. And some people want it genuinely. You know, some people who are genuine. Surround yourself with the right person. You can't surround yourself with negative people. You know, so.
And who are some of the most important people? You said, some people have a small team and so on. Who are some of the most important people on an artist team? Tell the young people, because sometimes they think they can just, make a song and if it busts, great. But who do they need around them to help take them to the next level?
Positive people. I'd say people willing to work. People who come with ideas that will work. In a team, you have to have a road manager, somebody who's always going to be on the road with you, and somebody who you can trust, somebody who to carry out your bookings, somebody who to do your PR. You have some road managers do almost everything. Some people have a small team, and your road manager is a PR. He's going to be there to take a picture of you to share on social media. Also, he's going to deal with collecting your fee and the road, dealing with managers. So it's good to have it's important to have a good road manager. That's one of the most important person on the road. It's important to have a good management team also. Some people deal with things that you don't have to deal with on an everyday basis. You don't have to answer the calls for shows, for booking. You know, they deal with all of that. They deal with the PR stuff, everything. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Awesome. Good. So, as you talk about your road manager, you recently just come off tour in the motherland. Tell us where you've been and tell us how that was, that experience. They say Africa changes you.
Well, I guess Africa was great. It was long coming. Africa has such a rich culture that, it was eye-opening for me. You know, from I was a youth, I wanted to go to Africa. And when I finally reached, it's just like, you know, history. You know,
and what
it's just
countries
like,
did you visit, Tydal? What countries did
I
you
went
visit?
to South Africa and also Kenya. Kenya.
Oh,
Two
nice.
beautiful countries. You know, Kenya, I don't think Kenya is much different from Jamaica. But, you know, South Africa, yeah, South Africa is like a different, but Kenya is very similar. Yeah, the way we do things. Africa, I don't think it changes me. Just open my eyes a little bit more about certain things. We in the West people teach us about Africa that just slaves come from Africa, disease come from Africa, war come from Africa. You have to be immune. It seems like you don't have to have a visa to go to Africa, but you have to have immunization to go to Africa. So, I mean, going to Africa and seeing that, yeah, we have beautiful places in Africa. We have such rich culture and such great people and vibrant people in Africa. It's a different, you know, different angle I'm seeing it from. You know what I mean? It doesn't really change me, but I just see things from a different angle. And when you go to certain places, you can just feel the energy of what happened in the past too. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But it was a great trip. You know, eye-opening one. The people are great. They respond to me well in terms of the music. They receive the music well. They love reggae music and they really love Jamaica. I can tell you that. They really love this island. Yes, man. Our music
Jamaica
is very,
to the
very,
world.
very powerful.
Yes.
Man.
The language that, much like a smile, you can always understand music. You may not understand the words, but you know what the rhythm makes you feel. Yes. I always say music is life. Music is life. So, Tydal, what's next for you? Where to? Tell us about your new music. Where we're going to see you next? Your shows, tours?
No, I just want to sit down and finish my CD, and then 2019 we take it from there. I could be going to Europe. We in plans to go to Europe, Canada, also back to Africa, in USA also, and not South America, Central America. So those are the places, and also UK. So next year, after just focusing on the CD right now, and see where it takes me. You know, so all work, all work in the CD right now. I'll focus on the CD. Hope to have a body of work that represents, and in a way that I'm very proud. You know what I mean? Present it to the people. Yes, man. I can't wait. I'm kind of excited about it. It's a slow process, but I understand that, you know, success only come before work in the dictionary, so we have to just put in the work.
In the work. Does the new CD have a name yet? Are you telling anybody the name? Can we hear it or no? Classified information?
It's called Modern Generation. It's called Modern Generation.
Modern Generation.
And that concept is basically like, and you know, it's always see things like from then till now, and how we live in is far different from, you know, contemporary styles and, you know, how we live in right now. It's far much different. You know, I was listening to Kristine say, well, everybody gets so bigger where the youth's gone. Can't separate the elders from the newborn. I call it modern generation. We are calling it a modern world. The trees are said them overripe, can't keep the fruits on. It's like, you know, it's something like that. I don't know if you understand our contents is like, when last a sinner gig a play, when last a sinner marble, the village don't grow a child against the yard for watch where you do. When you're the good youth, nowadays people won't see your value. But when the queen upon the block, a general, them call you. Well, if the youths don't know them culture, social media, you know, we go on and on, you know what I mean? So, you got to hear acoustic vibe, you got to hear the roots, reggae rock, and you got to hear some different flows. So, I mean, it's a CD that's very interesting. and people.
Wow. It
So
sure
really
sounds like it. Modern generation coming our way. When do we think it's gonna drop, Tydal?
I want to drop it like early 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So we can hit the road in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man. So all preparations for that and talks and everything going to gear right now. So it's a slow process, but I mean, as I said before, work before success.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, Mission Incomplete is definitely a very good, enjoyable body of work. As a matter of fact, earlier this morning, my husband was playing it, and we were both skanking. Particularly, I tell you, Teach the Youth Them to Farm is like my heart song, one of my heart songs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, we're looking forward to the new music from Tydal, Modern Generation. And before I let you go today, Tydal, thank you so much for spending time with us on Synergy. Give thanks, man, every time. How do we book Tydal for our next show, for our next concert? How do we book your Tydal?
Oh, you could it's very easy. You could log on to my sites, to my social media. All information are there. It's Tydal, booking Tydal. All the information are on the site and the website to book Tydal.
And the site is Tydal.com?
Yeah, Tydal Kamau. Tydal Kamau.
So if you're trying to book
have numbers
Tydal,
they can call. There's an email there.
Awesome. So if you're trying to book Tydal, it is TydalKamau.com, which is TYDALKAMAU.com. That's how you reach our guest today, Jamaican international artist, Mission Incomplete artist,
Modern Generation.
Teach the Youth Them to Farm artist, and soon to come with Modern Generation artist, the man of the day today. We thank you so much for your time, Tydal, and we are looking forward. Don't take too long. We know it's a slow process, and we appreciate the hard work, but we can't wait to enjoy what we know will be a success. Mission, oh boy, not Mission Incomplete. Mission Incomplete done release and boom up the airways, but Modern Generation coming to us in January or early of 2019.
Yeah, give thanks and thanks for fans worldwide. I've been checking out the music. Give thanks for the support all the time. Just keep checking out not just my music, but also good music that uplift and inspire people. Respect to the fullest.
Yes, every time. And so as we take our break and listen to our sponsors, we're going to take you out to the little Tydal Kamau.
Tydal again. Yeah. Just a message to the youths, We got to find a better way to survive. Things get expensive. If we don't take the soil, how will we stay alive? Increase food prices. I use a better wise. Vikings, after me take a shot in the garrison, I'ma see how the youths them a live. Every man I walk with a shop, so them a hunt for the food, them not think positive. Them claims that the only way to survive is to rob and steal. Instead of you a sit down and a beg for your fight now. Come and push out in the field. Remember me to tell them for farm. Them a farm food. After me show them farmer tricks, them out for them banana flip. Then I see them gone for the wrong tool. Hey, Vikings me to tell them for farm. And them a farm food. Hey, me tell them boys up until it's silent. Tell me same blood a boil and it can't cool. Hey, you have some big lazy man out the road them. Always a boast for them on. When you see them a tell them a hustler. Me never hear them a hunt for a job. Me grandmother come from market. The whole of them have them eyes for our back. Me never want help to play the card, but all the money from it them want rob. Remember me did tell them for farm. Them a farm food. After me show them farmer tricks, them run for them banana clip. You know see them gone for the wrong tool. Tell you me did tell them for farm. Them a farm food. Yo, me tell the boy boy suffer till his while him tell me same blood a boil and it can't cool. Hey, the only thing you are gonna lose are your spread from your going on the field and a plant up the sheep. But Mr. Babylon a plant for your dead from your sit down on street side the aisle up machine. So tell me why you're ready now. You're ready to be a nuisance in the scheme. Him left him mother down young, she a ball and a bread crime to take people things wanna feel. Hey, remember me did tell them, me sell them for farm. Them a farm food, me show them some farmer tricks, them run for them banana clip. They no see them gone for the wrong tool. Tune around, me tell them, me sell them for farm. Them a farm food. Now, me tell the boys of the till is silent, tell me same blood a boil and it can't.
And we are back with you today on Synergy. Yes, 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 Atlanta. Greetings, WDJY 99.1 FM Atlanta. Are you having a good time? Yes, I know the answer to that. Are you learning more about where music, business, and culture synchronize? Yes, I know the answer to that as well. Well, for this segment, it is so exciting to have Kristine Alicia with us today, and we're talking about what music is a mission and names you should know. Well, you need to know this name, Kristine Alicia, the songstress, artist, teacher. Kristine, tell us about yourself.
Hi, Andrea. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Atlanta people's What's Up? It's so good to be here. I don't believe I've been on the show before, so I feel great and honored that you have me. So thank you. Thank you. Well, I mean, you pretty much said the best of it. You know, I'm a female reggae artist. I'm from Jamaica. I left Jamaica when I was a teenager. My parents were my daddy was a musician. My mom was a teacher. So I grew up around music. And I've just been doing reggae music ever since. I started doing backgrounds for Papa San and Nigel Lewis. At first, to be honest with you, I just wanted to be in the background and do like music business. And then the more I did background singing, God kind of opened up the opportunities for me to record an album. And then that's how it all started. And
Wow.
so now I do music, but I also teach. So you know, I'm glad that you know that I teach. That's my next love. So I love to teach music and love to sing.
Wow. So it sounds like you've embodied the gifts, talents, and skills of both mom and dad, the musical pieces, the teaching pieces.
I guess. Right? Yeah. And I'm grateful because, you know, I'm grateful for that because the children, which is the students I mostly have, they teach me so much. They teach me so much. So they teach me even to be a better singer, believe it or not, just while I'm training them. And then their spirit of being free and not caring about so many things and just knowing the heart of God comes from being around children all the time. So I feel blessed about that.
That sounds like a beautiful blessing. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and all of what you're doing, you are teaching, you're bringing good, clean music to our airwaves. Tell us, what do you consider to be your musical mission? What do you want to impart through your talents, gifts, and skills?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it has changed and evolved over time. So, you know, music is for me as a songwriter, I tend to sing the songs that I write. And, of course, you normally write what you experience. Mm-hmm. And, of course, over years, you always kind of your your lens or your spectacles change. So, I mean, I would never say that was all. The mission I have today is not the same I had 15, 20 years ago. I think
Good.
15, 20 years ago, yes. Maybe when I was young, with a little girl singing in church, I wanted to, like, you know, make the whole world euphoria or change it or, you know, make everybody believe what I believe. Now I see the world I believe I see the world better or more through how God sees the world instead of more like a beautiful, diverse group of children, right? And so my mission in my music is that my brothers and sisters, that we see each other in that light, really. So whether it's through freedom fighters or through Zion, freedom fighters is saying, look, we need to stand up for equality, right? Because we're all equal. But then Zion is pronouncing that we need to be unified because we are all God's children and God sees us and loves us all the same. So that is what I believe my mission is, and also to just live in the freedom and the confidence in who God made us, because I believe that's the only way that we can that's the only way we can fulfill our purpose and make Him proud, really. So.
Wow, what inspiration!
That's probably overloaded.
No.
in a nutshell, I guess, right? In a nutshell.
I mean, I think that's amazing, and I think that is such a mature and insightful discussion and thought process, because as your mother and as my mother and probably your mother has told you, after all, you're not an iron pot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, man.
As you grow, your circle changes, your experiences changes, your people change, and so on.
Yes.
So it's all about that beauty and the evolution of becoming, of walking
exactly
into our purpose. So no, it wasn't overloading. It was quite impactful and profound, and gave me, kind of the goosebumps.
Yeah. Well, you said it right. You said the evolution of, you said that right. Evolution of beauty that's a great way to say it too. Or the beauty of evolution is what you said. That was great. Yeah,
good things, because we're all evolving, and so sometimes the path of evolution is maybe a little bit rocky or bumpy or whatever it could be.
Right.
But we are evolving, and throughout that process, we should be learning more about ourselves and who we are and how we relate.
Exactly.
So sounds like you've got it going on, girl, not only in the parts, but in the spirituality and the connectiveness and the alignment. Wow, we got some synergy going on here today.
Yes, that's what's up. Go synergy. Yep.
Yes, I'm loving it. So, you're relatively new to the scene, and I don't want to say that because I know most artists, are like an iceberg, right? We see the tip of them, and we see them on the stage, or we see them, they have their albums launched and so on and so forth, and we may have seen them for 5 years and thinking, they're still relatively new, but then there is that huge piece underneath the ocean that we
Right.
That they've been toiling and doing the work for many more years until they have emerged. So I don't want to take away from any of the journey, but I want to say that, relatively new to this scene, and you're making significant inroads in the industry. You have worked with some very strong notables in the industry like Rory Stonelove, Reggae Veil, and other industry leaders. Tell us about those experiences, particularly tell us about working with Rory.
Yeah, well, that was nice. Now, I live in Florida now. So it was I would say it was like a divine kind of connection. My manager at the time, David Muir, he knew Rory Stonelove well, but he had to put me through the ringer. And so we happened to be in Jamaica doing some work, and then he said, "Yo, let me take you over to Rory and just try a thing." So I sang for Rory, and Rory apparently was impressed, I guess, and said, "All right, so I'm going to give you some homework." He made me write a song to one of his productions, and he loved it. And so it's all right, I can test you. So we recorded the first song, and then it basically just became a step-by-step process. He tested me every single time. I wrote a song for each of his rhythms. Then we said, okay, let's do an EP. An EP is like a 3-song demo. So we did that, and I guess he tested it around different people, and it did well, which is the Freedom Fighters was the song that you heard, That was actually from the EP, Hand Over River, and I think one more. And because the EP was received well in his surroundings, he said, let's do an album. And so we just worked on an album. I flew to Jamaica every month or so, worked hard. He put me through the ringer, I definitely believe I grew a lot as a vocal studio recording artist there because he's very, very particular about, writing the rhythm, all that good stuff and locking it in. But it was fun. It was good to do it also to bring my experiences coming from the gospel background, and also bringing it to the what you call the Rory Stone Love background, or the dub, or the what you call it, the roots reggae, which so many people identify with. So the merge, I think, worked well, and I learned a lot, and I believe we had a great connection, and it went well, and I love it. I'm glad that I did it. Yeah, glad I did it.
Nice. Yeah, that's exciting, and love Freedom Fighters. I think we're going to have that song take us out. That or Zion. We're certainly going to run one or two of these tracks today. And tell us a little bit about Jah Is For Us, because that's a new one.
Yeah. Jah Is For Us is the latest single, actually, which I've just released maybe a month now. A month now. It was a single produced by a producer up here called Craigie Bad Arts. It's released on Zodiac, the Zodiac label. I feel like that single says a lot of where I am right now, where even though I'm always going to give praise to my God and my Creator, because, of course, that's where we come from, but I think I am very confident in the fact, and a lot more strong in my opinions when it comes to we as a people, or whatever your background is, wherever you come from, that you know exactly who you are and how God made you, and you don't try to copy another. That's the first thing. Jah Is For Us is saying, look, when you know who you are and how God made you and your history and where you come from, then you begin to appreciate and you actually see God working in life. I think from my experiences, so many people, we claim and say and repeat God's name, but we don't really, we don't know, we'd say it copying another person's identity or copying another person's culture, and we fall under that, and then we wonder why we cannot see God. Really, we can't feel like we're connected with God because we're not acting in the way God made us, or we don't know what we are, or we don't know what we're called to be. And so Jah Is For Us is saying that Jah is always for us, and He's always going to fight for us, and He's always going to take care of us. But we have to first go to the roots of where we come from, and that's what that song is about.
Yes. I concur. I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just tell people to listen to it and see what they get from it, and see if they get the same message.
And
all of that.
And music is the beauty of music is that music can speak to us in terms of where we've been, where we are, and where we're going.
Yep.
Music is so timeless, transcending. I think that's the word.
Yes.
So what your message is in this song, the verbal message, may just resonate in somebody else's spirit so differently, in such a very positive way. So I mean, it's kind of like a smile to me. You can't, you give it and it just does things. It just puts the energy out there. Wow, I like the information on that as well. Good stuff. So you mentioned that you work with children and that you're teaching music with children and so on. And I know in speaking with you before and things of that nature, you are very committed to this next generation and leaving your mark and empowering them. So let's talk a little bit to some of the young and aspiring artists. As a professional musician and a professional teacher, what would you tell them would be the first step in terms of developing a musical career?
Well, I think the basic common sense thing is to make sure that you work on your craft. So if you believe that you're supposed to be a singer, get voice lessons. If you believe you're supposed to be a video editor, take all the classes you can. Just hone in your craft. I believe that God tells us to make sure we study to make ourselves approved, right? We make sure that you perfect your skill. I'm not even perfect, just try and become the best at it, or at least always try to improve yourself. Right, that's the first thing I would say. Second thing I would say is to always try and see if you can have a mentor or someone that you look up to that will be truthful but also loves you and will not judge you, and someone that can help you to guide in your growing process. And number 3, which is the most important thing, is to believe in yourself. Believe that God made your gift unique, and don't try to copy anybody, and just believe that you are made for what you are made for, and trust the growth process, and trust your unique self, and don't let anybody try to make you be like somebody else.
Wow, what a great message. Yeah, man, craft your skill. Get a mentor, somebody who can help you to hone in on that and believe in yourself. 3 strong messages, very powerful. So, on that note, you've told them what they should do. Tell us a little bit of what you think that they should not do. What are some things that you say, you really need to avoid this on this journey? Nobody go down that path.
I would say try to not take things personal, Yeah, you can't take things personal, even though that God is, even though you're doing what your passion is, sometimes you can take things personal. And just you have to remember that sometimes some things are just business, right? You are in an industry that requires business. And then you're also in an industry where people can be mean, and not intentionally mean, but mean sometimes good intention. So just don't take things personal. And at the end of the day, don't bring your emotions. Don't let your emotions make final decisions. Yeah.
Be responsive, not reactive, and have a
exactly
is what I'm hearing you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
And so, along those lines, we're talking about some of the realities, but is it all glitter and glam? What are some of the additional, maybe behind-the-scenes realities for folks in the music industry, and particularly for women? I want to go there. I want to talk about, we know it's different for men and women in the industry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, everyone has different experiences, but I guess in every area or culture, even in every industry, whether it's music or corporate or whether, females still have to make sure that they have clear boundaries, that they know that they can stand up strong and not be afraid not be afraid to be quote unquote tainted as not pleasing or giving or doting just because they don't give in to some of the expectations. So some expectation that people have for females wherever they go is that they think that for female artists, let me say, so that's one experience I have, is that people think the masses want female artists to be overtly sexual, or whether it's publicly in delivery or overtly sexual, or just people think that they can be easy to get favors. And it is going to be important for any female artist to, once they have a respect for themselves, then they just need to be assertive and give a clear definition of their boundaries so that personal things like that don't get mixed up with business behind the scenes, like what you asked. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah, no, that's words of wisdom, I tell you, particularly, and I don't want to say in this day and age, because we know that these are things that have been happening.
Yeah, this has been going on from the beginning of time. Yeah.
The devil was a boy, as my mother would say. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I just think if a woman is assertive and is confident in, to me, it's not always easy. But when a woman knows her worth and believes that she doesn't need to sacrifice anything to get to reach where God has for her, then yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so, is there a particular message, if you could, I know you talked to us about honing the craft and getting a mentor and believing ourselves and so on, but is there a particular message that if you walk away, when your students walk away from your class or whatever, is there something that you say to them, you know what, if you learn nothing else from me, I want you to walk away with this? Is there something like that?
Absolutely. I believe perfection is probably a big enemy. I've seen students come to me, and the ones that try to be super perfect are the ones that that cannot be free. And for you to do music, you have to be free. You have to be free in your mind, in your heart, in your soul to feel it. If you try with everybody and blah, 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 then you will never, because singing and music and whatever is it's all unique and a special tone, and each person should be pleased or proud of their own voice. So when I teach voice lessons, I say, look, your voice is your voice. You need to be proud, but don't. A lot of people try to be perfect and try to sound perfect like Beyonce or perfect like this person, and that is the biggest, to me, the biggest hindrance. And then number two, humility. If you can, my students that think they know it all don't learn anything. My students that come with an attitude, oh my gosh, I want to learn, they learn the fastest. And yeah, that's the two. Yeah, that's
be hungry for the knowledge.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And as in Jamaica, we say, just free out yourself, man. And
exactly. Yep.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, music is freedom. That's the only way. You can't if you're not free.
I agree.
Yeah.
So tell us what's next for Kristine, Alicia. New music, new tours, new shows.
Yeah. Well, I believe I'm blessed to always have good people around me, and I think I definitely have some opportunities to work on some new music. I'm excited about that. I just released the album. I feel I could still just release it. I am going to continue to promote the album, continue to release more singles as I learn and grow more about life and love and everything. And I have some shows in the works, but they're not confirmed yet. So what I tell people to do is to just go to my website, KristineAlicia.com, and usually my itinerary and the shows I have coming up, they are all there. Or follow me on social media.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's how we book you through KristineAlicia.com?
Yep, that's my website, KristineAlicia.com. And then my social media is, as you know, just Kristine Alicia. So Twitter is Kristine Alicia, Facebook is Kristine Alicia. And yeah.
And we are talking with Kristine Alicia today on Synergy. It has been an amazing time learning more about your musical mission, Kristine. And I got to tell you, thank you for your time today. Thank you for your
insight. Of course.
Your wisdom.
Yeah. Well, thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it. It's always good to know that people are listening and people are tuning into the message and the music and the mission. So enough love to the whole crew over by Synergy, everyone that's a part of getting the message abroad. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. And so that's our wrap. That's our time. And so, Kristine, we will say goodbye to you for now. Keep us posted when the next album drops, and we're going to pick with Freedom Fighters.
All right. Much love. Bye.
Word. Soul. Power. Silence no word no more. Where are the leaders that guided us before? Who is going to open the door? Without them it seems like our future is not secure. Evil wins when good men sit still. Action is what we need, yeah. Rise up again, freedom fighters. Where are the freedom fighters? Moral leaders, where have you all gone? Need some heroes. Where are all our heroes? Freedom fighters, where have you all gone? Youth get led astray by the teachings of today. Can't find a way, Malcolm X teaching gone to waste. That's the price we pay when we island every day. We need to set a better way for the youth. Wisdom is knowledge and knowledge is true wealth. Start help the youth and stop thinking about yourself. Evil wins when the righteous stand still. Action is what we need. Rise, freedom fighters. Where are the freedom fighters? Moral leaders, where have you all gone? All you heroes, where are all our heroes? Freedom fighters. Without them, it seems like our future is not secure. Evil wins when good men sit still. Action is what we need. Rise up again. Freedom fighters, where are the freedom fighters? Moral leaders, where have you all gone? All you heroes, where are all our heroes? Freedom fighters, where have you all gone? Freedom fighters, where are you? Freedom fighters, oh, freedom fighters, where are you? Freedom fighters. Whoa, yeah. Where are my leaders? Where are my leaders?
That's our time. That's our chat. Now it's time to call it a wrap. Tune in next week at 5 for another episode of Synergy Live, where music, business, and culture synchronize. Until then, hit us up online at livewithsynergy.com. Synergy is a production of Black Iowa TV. Synergy is brought to you by Axum Management Capabilities. www.axumhq.com. That's AXUMHQ.com.